Today on Ridge Roamer, we're going to go over the 2025 Indian motorcycle release that happened in November in conjunction with the EICMA show, and then a little bit more information on what else might be to come. So the all-new 2025 Indian Scout was already released earlier this year, kind of a pre-release for 2025 using the new Speed Plus engine, 1250. With that, a whole host of new Scout models direct from the factory, new models, new colors. I've already done a video on those, so if you want to check that out, you can go ahead and click back on some of my previous videos. So this November 2024 for 2025, they also released now the Scout 60 in conjunction with that. So the Scout 60 will now be using the same frame, updated bodywork. It is a 999cc. They have upped the power from the previous Scout 60, up from 78 to 84. So you've got a bit more power to go along with that update. They also moved to the mid controls. So where on all of the bigger engine Scouts, the foot controls are going to be further forward, like all Scouts have been to date. The new Scout 60 will use that mid control setup on all new models. Now the three models of the new Scout 60 are the Scout 60 Classic with the full fenders, traditional Indian look just like the Scout was when it was originally introduced in 2015. Items of note, other differences from the larger engine Scout. All the Scout 60s will retain a 5-speed transmission versus the 6-speed that's in the bigger engines. All of the Scout 60s also come with cast wheels. So even the Scout Classic is going to have the cast aluminum wheels versus the spoked wheels that you're going to get on the larger engine Classic. Also on the Scout 60, you're going to have the option between the standard configuration and the limited. Just like on the larger platform, the new Scout 60s for 2025 will incorporate all LED lighting and a fuel gauge, which is definitely a welcome addition. In addition to the standard package, they'll also be offering a limited. The limited package will add cruise control, ride modes, traction control, and a USB charger. The Scout 60 Classic is available in black metallic. In the standard package, that's the only color you can get. If you upgrade to the limited, you can do the black metallic, Springfield blue, or frost silver. The Scout 60 Bobber, also available standard package only in black metallic. When you go to the limited, you can do the black metallic, a Springfield blue, a heavy metal smoke, which is like a dark gray, and then the ghost white metallic smoke. Then the third and final version of the Scout 60 for 2025 will be the Sport Scout. Unlike the risers and flatter bars of the Sport Scout on the larger engine, the Scout 60 version of the Sport Scout will actually retain the mini ape handlebars that the Scout Rogue and Rogue 60 used previously. So if you're not a fan of the risers, the Scout 60 will offer the mini apes. That's the only version of the new 2025 Scouts that's actually going to include the mini apes as standard. It will also have that little front mini fairing and the 19-inch front wheel. Colors for the Sport Scout 60 in standard, again, only black metallic. Once you go limited, it's black metallic, black smoke, sunset red smoke, and blue dusk, which looks like a beautiful, really deep dark blue. The next updates released this November for 2025 are new paint colors for some of the existing models. The classic Indian Springfield with the skirted fenders is going to be available in black metallic and heavy metal two-tone, that's black and dark gray. It'll also be available in the maroon metallic and silver quartz metallic two-tone, so that'll give you a kind of I think a bit more classic Indian look. Still going to retain the Thunderstroke 111 engine and no other major updates of note on the Springfield. For the Springfield Dark Horse, you're looking at two color options. That's going to be black smoke and a moss green smoke, which is a much brighter matte green than we saw with the sagebrush green. The Dark Horse version of the Indian Springfield, just like previous years, will be powered by the Thunderstroke 116. On the Chieftain side, they've got information out for the three versions that we've had for a while now, which is the base Chieftain, the Chieftain Limited, and the Chieftain Dark Horse. The base Chieftain only available in one color, black metallic, and will be powered by the Thunderstroke 111. The Chieftain Limited is going to be powered by the 116 as well as the Dark Horse, and the colors for the Chieftain Limited are Blue Dusk, which is that deep dark blue, as well as a sunset red metallic. The Chieftain Limited is available for 2025 also with or without the power band audio feature. Chieftain Dark Horse actually gets three colors. One's black smoke, pretty traditional matte black. Storm Gray, which is a gloss gray, kind of that cement gray, which does include the graphics similar to what we've seen for 2024. And then they also have a sunset red smoke. Moving up to the Roadmaster is available in the three versions that we saw last year as well, with the Classic and the skirted fenders, then the Limited and the Dark Horse. The Classic is going to be available in a black metallic, or a black metallic and heavy metal two-tone, or the maroon metallic and silver quartz two-tone. Roadmaster Dark Horse is going to be available in the heavy metal or the black smoke, and the Roadmaster Limited is going to be available in black metallic or silver quartz. All of the Roadmasters are powered by the Thunderstroke 116. The final bit of information released this November for 2025 models is the release of the 2025 Roadmaster Elite. The Roadmaster Elite, like always, very limited production and has custom paint, custom wheels. This year's is based off of the Roadmaster Classic with the skirted fenders and the more rounded bags. The color is Springfield Blue Candy with black candy fade over silver. So a very classy, very traditional look, trimmed in gold. Should be absolutely gorgeous in person. Unlike the 2024, which was blacked out, this one's got all the chrome. So if you're a fan of the traditional look with the chrome, but you want an Elite limited edition, 2025 is the year for you. Now I know we've talked previously about other options, and we also today didn't talk about many of the current models. All information pertinent to 2025 Indian Chiefs, Indian Pursuits, Indian Challengers, FTR, all so far in the dark. Doesn't look, honestly, like the FTR is going to continue with the elimination of FTR from the flat track racing. It may be a program that gets cut by Indian in its entirety. So more information to come as far as confirmation on that. But January, towards the end of January 2025 is when Indian holds their dealer meeting. So look for any big releases, which if they've not released the information on any of those models we just talked about, that means there's some big news coming. So we're going to see that probably very end of January or early February as far as major updates to the lineup with big new additions, major engine changes, configuration changes. So we're going to have to hold off till then so they can release it to the dealer network and then release it to the public and start shipping those models. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see what's coming end of January, early February for the rest of those models. But I appreciate you joining me today. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of so far what we know on the 2025 models. Ride safe, have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what else you want to see, what you think of this year's colors, and I'll be back with you shortly.